Geometry, Chapter 1, Section 6, Describing Pairs of Angles. Our most basic pairs are ones that we have had for a while and we're very familiar with them. We have our supplementary angles, if I could draw them right. And our supplementary angles have a sum of 180 degrees. Then we have our complementary angles, and our complementary angles have a sum of 90 degrees. So if we took a look at some examples, just basic. I mean, if this is 120 degrees, then this angle has to be 60 degrees. If this angle is 40 degrees, then this angle has to be 50 degrees. And those are our two first pairs. Now, we also, in drawing similar to those, can get different pairs of angles. So this pair, and I'm going to go ahead and label them. Let's call this A, B, C, and D. So I have, here's my board getting me again. There we go. Okay, A, B, C, and D. Obviously, ABC and CBD, those are supplementary angles. But you'll also notice that they share a common vertex. And if they share that common vertex of B, then that makes them adjacent. Let me rewind and qualify that a little bit more. Not only do they have to share that same vertex, but they also have to share a common side. So the side BC, you would notice, whoop, is that going to give me, it's not going to let me do it, is it? Yeah, maybe. That looks ugly. I'm not going to do that. So they also share, let's do this, side BC. So two angles that share a common vertex and a side are adjacent. So adjacent. Two angles that share a vertex and oh, my board. Angles are adjacent if they share a common vertex and side. Get out there. There we go. So if you have adjacent angles, you also have non-adjacent angles. And so those would look like something like this. So let's say I have A, B, C, D, and E angle A, B, C, and angle D, B, E. Okay, so this angle right here and this angle right here, even though they share a common vertex, they do not share a common side. So that makes these two angles non-adjacent. Again, common vertex, non-common side. So let me write that there. They have a common vertex, but no common side. So that makes them non-adjacent. So there are some other relationships we can look at. If we have intersecting lines, let's go clockwise. We have some different relationships. Angle 1 and angle 2 we discussed earlier. Those are supplementary. We could also add angle 2 and angle 3 to that list. We could also add angle 3 and angle 4 to that list. And we could also add angle 4 and angle 1 to that list. All of those sets of angles are supplementary. My second part that I'm looking at is what about the relationships of angle 1 and angle 3? Those are actually congruent to each other, equal sign with a squiggly, that's the geometric equals. And they are equal to each other because they are vertical angles. Again, not the only set that's created, but that's just the first one. So angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical, and angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical. So they are also congruent. Okay, one last example, just so we can kind of wrap our brain around the knowledge we have. If I told you that angle ABC is equal to 5x and angle CBD is equal to x, how would we solve for x and find those angles? Well, we know that angle ABD is a straight angle. We know that ABC is supplementary to CBD. So we could take that 5x, add the x, and set that equal to 180 degrees. That's going to give us 6x equals 180 degrees. And so x equals 30 degrees, which means that CBD is 30, and angle ABC, because that's a straight angle, would have to be 150 degrees. So that's chapter 1, section 6, describing pairs of angles.